Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps a lot. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video.
Part 2. The young girl was teleported into the sky. She was at a frightening height. For a moment she thought it was a dream. The sensation of gradually falling. The sensation of suffocating from the wind pressure. Piercing through the clouds. And then terror. Her entire body was telling her that it wasn't a dream. The young girl heard a scream coming from deep within her throat. The scream confirmed the fact that this situation was real. She didn't know why. However, she was falling from the sky. If I don't do something, I'll die. Die. Without a doubt die. No matter how young the young girl was, she clearly understood the fact that she would die if she fell from such a height. She used all of her magic power. She knew that the ground was gradually getting closer. The young girl raised the wind, aimed directly below herself in order to fall onto it. She thought that her velocity would fall a bit. However, she accelerated back to her previous velocity. Wind was no good. What should I do in this situation? What did the young boy say? Remember. Didn't the young boy say anything? What to do at a time when you're falling from a high place? Soften the impact. Something soft. That's right. Engulf yourself in something soft. But exactly how soft? What should I create? I don't know. While half in frenzy, the young girl did everything she could think of. Creating water, creating wind, creating earth, creating fire. In any case, to slow down her fall and avoid crashing into the ground. She did everything she could. However, she fell. She crashed. Miraculously the young girl survived. She didn't know how. She wasn't unharmed. Her entire body was damaged, covered in bruises, smeared with dirt, and both legs were fractured. It was a miserable state, but the young girl survived. She didn't know what was good. However, her velocity dropped. She survived the fall from a high altitude and her injuries were only to the degree of a fracture. However, the suffering continued. Yugo, AAA. In the place she fell, there was a monster right before her eyes. It was a wild boar with 4 arms, walking on 2 legs. The young girl knew about this monster. She was told by her father that if she were to ever encounter it, absolutely never get close to it, do not make a sound, and wait for it to pass by. If you get noticed by it, then use magic to escape as fast as you can. She was told to do that against this opponent. The name was said to be Terminate Boar. The young girl had many things she didn't know, but she knew that the Terminate Boar was a monster that rarely ever appears. Occasionally it comes out from the forest and attacks people, with the E-rank monster, Assault Dog, accompanying it. They are some of the most dangerous monsters in Asura, domestically. Unusual for Asura Kingdom, it is a monster worthy of C rank. The danger of it rises up from C rank to B rank if it is accompanied by assault dogs. Even individually it is at least a strong D rank. That is the Terminate Boar. Kya? Half in a frenzy, the young girl let out a scream and started firing magic at the Terminate Boar. Intermediate magic, Icicle Breaker. She wasn't holding back at all. She was attacking it with her greatest spell from the start and to her utmost limits. It was a single hit. The Terminate Boar was frozen, shattered, and scattered. Agu. In an attempt to stand up in one breath, she realized that both of her legs were broken. The young girl used healing magic and immediately healed them. While assisting in healing people, she discovered that healing magic was one of her strong points. However, it wasn't as if she was used to the pain. She used the magic with a half-tear stained face. Standing up. An intense headache started up. Her consciousness was getting dim and she felt faint. If the young girl's mental state had been normal, she would have realized that it was because she was out of magic power. Suppressing the descent and attacking the monster with magic. All of it was done without restraint, using her greatest spells. That is why, the young girl's magic power was exhausted. Are we saved? Yo, you. Where did you come from? What is your name? She heard a voice from behind her. With her head in pain and her vision growing hazy. While suppressing those feelings, the young girl turned around. There was a girl. She had golden hair and a beautiful face that almost gave off the impression of it being transparent. The girl was wearing a pure white one-piece with detailed embroidery. It was likely made of materials 1,000 times more expensive than what the young girl had received for her birthday. On her side there was a boy whose arm was injured and leaning against a wall. Next to the boy was a man covered in a bloodied robe and on the verge of death. Sylphy, the young girl said that and fainted. This is how Sylphy encountered Asura Kingdom's second princess Ariel Anamoi Asura. Volume 9 Chapter 2 Guardian Magician Introduction. Fits Part 1 The Kingdom of Asura's Imperial City's Royal Palace, Silver Palace. In the Garden of Plants where the blossoming white flowers were collected. Also known as the White Lily's Garden. It was there that the monster suddenly appeared. It was there, before the eyes of the second Princess Ariel, who was taking a stroll in the White Lily's garden. The monster, Terminate Boar, instantly killed the guard of the princess, guardian magician Derek Redbat. The monster oriented its evil tusk towards the princess. The monster was defeated by the hands of the guardian knight Luke, and the princess was able to escape her predicament. Admirably, Luke protected the princess's life with his own body. A monster appearing in the royal palace was an unprecedented incident. Such a thing happening was talked about by the nobles in the royal palace. The existence of Sylphy was concealed with help from the nobles of the second princess faction. Lord Liston alone of the second princess faction declared the following. Someone had to have secretly smuggled in a Terminate Boar into the royal palace and released it at the best timing when the princess would be walking in the garden. This must be a plot belonging to the second princess's opposition faction. The only person that could feasibly do this, Lord August, is in charge of the royal palace's defense. It is known that Lord August is the leader of the First Prince faction. So without a doubt, this plot must be an act on behalf of the First Prince faction. Due to the rash actions of Lord Liston, this caused the second princess faction to be cornered, and began its tentative collapse. Part 2 Sylphy was cordially nursed to health. She, who came flying down from the heavens, was the one who saved the princess. It is a matter of course to well receive the hero who saved the princess in a pinch. Contrary to some opinions, there were voices that regarded her as dangerous as well. Suddenly appearing and killing the Terminate Boar with a single blow. Also able to use chantless magic, for which the only known user was the master of the Magic Academy. It's suspicious. So all the nobles who knew of her concealed her existence and decided to keep the questioning in-house. Among those questions asked were, wouldn't it have been better to have disposed of her while she was unconscious? When this opinion came out, the second Princess Ariel Anamoi Asura stated clearly, does it matter what her true identity is? She is the benefactor who saved my life. I will not forgive any rudeness in this matter. Then, to these words, Guardian Knight Luke also agreed. I also feel this way. Suppose for a moment that this girl was sent to harm the princess, then she certainly wouldn't have had a reason to stop the monster's attack. It's clear that if Sylphy didn't appear at that time, the princess and Luke would both be dead. If Sylphy was a man, Luke might have changed his opinion on the matter. Although breast size was nothing more than a hobby of his, the reason was because she was a beautiful girl with a pretty face, and that improved her impression on that of Luke, a ladies' man. If the princess says so, Luke even made a good point. We shouldn't go that route. The result of the discussion, they would do an interrogation, but even in the case that she is concluded to be an enemy she would be overlooked. And so the debate came to a conclusion. Part 3 The moment Sylphy woke up, she thought she was in a dream. The bed was too luxurious. The clothes worn by the people were too luxurious. The room was too luxurious. I don't know the reason why I'm in such an amazingly luxurious place. Yo, good morning. One of them spoke. The one with the dressings of a knight, who seemed just a little bit older. Then Sylphy opened her mouth. For just a moment, he resembled Rudeus. My name is Luke. Luke Notice Graret. And yours is? His soft smiling face made one feel relieved. Every noble girl had surrendered themselves to his childish smile. While there were some who could resist, they found they could not speak. He was possessed by such pride. Sylphy, in order to protect her foolish self, curled her body up into the fetal position. Even though he looks like Rudeus, she disliked other children of the same age. Still to this day, there were children in Buina village who glanced at her with hostility. "Oh, what's this? What's the matter?" Seeing the excessively frightened Sylphy, the boy became agitated. It seems that it was the first time he had experienced being rejected. Watching this play out, the surrounding nobles laughed. "Ha ha ha. It seems she's not the type to fall for a lady killer like you. We left care of this to you because you are said to be the most skillful in handling young ladies. You are still too young for something like this, give it up already." The surrounding adults said such things towards Luke, trying to make him quit. However, Luke obstinately stood his ground. "Please wait. From here, it starts from here." He was possessed of only a single word in regards to a woman. It was his pride. "I am sorry. Have I given you a reason to be afraid? Still, if you will allow me to, I would like to express my gratitude. You are the beautiful whitewashed hair. I am truly thankful that you have saved my life." Sylphy wondered what in the world he meant by whitewashed hair. Who is this boy? While confused, she saw the side of the bed. There was a dresser placed there. It is said in this world that a mirror is extremely expensive, however. At first glance, Sylphy did not realize that she was seeing herself. With the girl sitting up alone, on the bed, there was something strange. Their eyes meet. When she moves her hand, the girl's hand moves too. She immediately came to realize that it was the same thing as what was being reflected in the surface of the water. Sylphy was surprised. The hair of Sylphy had become pure white. White? While Sylphy was confused, Luke continued to talk kindly. Luke bowed his head, and praised the white hair of Sylphy in flowery words that she didn't quite understand. "Yes. Your hair is like the first snow that falls in the late autumn." Those words which would set one's teeth on edge do not reach the heart of Sylphy. Sylphy was earnestly confused. Her hair should have been green. Though there was no mirror then, she had seen the hair left on her comb before. Nevertheless, she wondered why it had whitened. While it was a happy thing for sure, she didn't understand the meaning behind it. Why is it? How did it become this way? Where am I, anyway? Why am I even here? And for that matter, how did I even get here? Sylphy truly could not comprehend, so she only sounded pitiable when she finally spoke.
That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.